guys, the Elfangor here with another video, and this is called Seduce Me. I don't know who I will be seducing today, but it was a tip from Ellie. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce your name, so I'm sorry if I'm not saying it correctly, but I'm just gonna check out this game and see what happens, see what it is. I do know it's a visual novel, so it's just gonna be me reading a lot. And before I do that, let me check the options, see if they have voice acting. They do. Okay. How do I get back? Escape. Okay. Well, let's just get started then. This is a fictional interactive narrative. Any character resemblances to real life people are purely coincidental. Also, please know that the following game is made for PG-16 audiences. So guys, there it is. If you're under 16, you're actually not allowed to watch. Please know that sexual violent themes are explored in this game. Trigger warnings, abuse, implied rape and suicide. You have been warned. I'm not sure what you have put me through, but I'm just gonna read on. Please enjoy.
Why, hello. My,
Hi.
aren't you a gorgeous sight? Can I be honored enough to know your name?
Oh, well, thank you. Can I put my... Oh! Let's go with Mika. Yeah, let's just stick with the game that... the name that the game gives us. Let's just do that. I'm gonna be Mika.
A lovely name. For a lovely person like you. Wonderful.
Perfect.
Eric, do your job.
Who's Eric?
Very well. This game was produced by Seraphim Entertainment under the direction of Michaela Laws and is powered by Ren'Py Visual Novel Engine. We
Michaela
truly hope
Laws.
you'll enjoy
So that's
this
why
story.
The main
I know
character
I'll
is...
enjoy it since you'll be in it.
Oh lord. That's probably why the name is Mika. That's short for Michaela,
Eric.
right?
Fine, fine. Farewell, my sweet.
Those voices though. Oh my god. Somewhere.
Come on! Is that all you got?
I'm not sure. What's happening?
Try me, asshole!
Oh lord. That sounded like a gunshot.
Crap! Missed.
What?
Let's retreat for now.
No kidding. Let's get out of here.
That's right. You better run, you stupid punks! Stay out of our territory!
What's going on? Call it fate or call it coincidence. That one moment of violence started a chain of events I will never forget.
This formula, created in the 70s, is one of the most important in the field of financial theory. It is used to calculate the price of European-style options and is widely used by option marketers, though there are some discrepancies that are now corrected with the modern viewpoint.
Rain. It's been a long time since we've gotten rain around here, but it is the season for rainy weather, so it's not exactly that surprising. Personally, I loved the sound of it. The way the raindrops fell, like the soft tapping of fingers. It was so soothing. Even looking at the droplets hit the glass of window was strangely calming. For this reason I felt lucky for having a seat next to the window, though I did spend more time staring outside than I did paying attention in class. The lectures in class were pretty boring. Mrs. Phillips' voice wasn't sophoric, but I just wasn't interested in what she was saying. And since it was the period right before lunch, all I could think about was doing other things in my free time. Honestly, I didn't really care much for economics. Sure, I had good grades in this class, but it was only because I read the textbook and did my assignments as I had to. I was only taking this class because it was mandatory. If it were up to me, I would probably have taken another course. Luckily, it was my senior year, so after this semester it would mean the end of high school courses forever. Thank God for that. I didn't hate high school, it was just kind of mundane how the days drifted on and on as if there were no end to it. The only thing I really enjoyed about going to school was meeting my friends and hanging out with them, but that was kind of it. In short, I was done with high school. The start of second semester brought a note of finality to it. I had already applied to many universities the semester prior, and I was expecting replies sometime in the next few months. It seemed like the start of something new, something that would change. That is, if things could change. I stared at the faint outline of raindrops in the distance. For now I was stuck in this class.
Miss Anderson.
Mrs. Phillips' raised voice interrupted my train of thought. Just when I was thinking about class, I quickly turned my head to face the teacher. Hopefully she didn't pick me just because she noticed that I was spacing out. Yes, ma'am?
Would you care to name the equation I set up on the blackboard?
Oh, I think I read about that in the textbook last night. It should be the Black School's model formula?
Very good as always, Miss Anderson.
Anderson. It followed me wherever I went. Most people didn't really know me by my first name, but rather by my surname. No doubt, since the surname was the trademark of the internationally famous and philanthropic Anderson Family Toys, and because the founder was my own grandfather. Suzu, one of my best friends, turned around and proudly gave me a punch to the shoulder.
Kick ass, girl.
Oh, thank you. From beside me I heard Naomi, another one of my best friends, clearing her throat in obvious disapproval of Suzu's choice of words.
She means good job.
Miss Capini.
Oi!
Oi!
Care to tell me who the creators of this formula were?
Some guys named Black and Scholes. Fisher Black and Myron Scholes.
Very good, Miss Patterson.
Show off.
Just what I was thinking. I mean, it's good that you know, but saying it like that in class, that definitely makes you kind of a show-off.
Better study next time, Suzu. Be like us and study once in a while.
Studying is good, but what you're doing right there, that's a bit like, oh, look at me, I know everything. Suzu rolled her eyes and slouched into a chair as Naomi gave her a small smirk. She always pouted when Naomi showed her up.
That's the end of today's lecture. Now, let's separate into groups and work on your projects. Remember, everything is due on Monday. Go ahead now.
Will do. Before I knew it, Suzu and Naomi had scooted their desks to align with mine, and we turned into the Three Musketeers. Whenever the teacher let the students decide on groups, we always grouped together in our little trio. It was a sheer stroke of luck that we all managed to be in the same class, so we had to at least take the opportunity and stick together as much as we could. Besides, we were most comfortable around each other than, say, compared to being around any other classmate. It just made sense for us to put our heads together for any kind of projects. I took out the poster we were working on and rolled it open onto the 3 desks. We were pretty much finished with fulfilling most of the guidelines for the project, though we did still have to add a few finishing touches here and there. After working on making the poster a bit prettier, we sat back and inspected our work to see what we still had to do. Naomi, as usual, was the first to look for any issues. She lightly tapped a pencil against her chin, staring intently at the project.
Alright, so let's see. We finished the budgeting section, the building leasing, and the cost for labor.
Okay.
What else do we need?
Suzu straightened up to look at the poster and stroked her chin. After a few seconds, her face brightened as she spoke up.
How about a company name? Huh? Did we really skip over that? Of course we did. You always go straight into the logical statistics and stuff that you completely skip over the fact. We need a name for our project. At least we caught it this time. What do we name it? Not sure. What do you think?
Oh god, it always came down to me. Whenever there was something to be named or titled, I was the master at ending decision? Anyway, even when I didn't want to be.
Trinity Corporations. That is way too predictable. How about the Dragon Company?
The Dragon Company?
What do dragons have to do with our project? What? It's a totally unpredictable name. It's hot. But our company sells bubble gum. Who said we can't produce spicy bubble gum? What do you think? Yeah. What do you think?
Both of them looked at me expectantly, even though I wasn't quite sure myself. I didn't really want to choose sides, but if it were up to me, I would say Well, the fact that Naomi is coming with Trinity Corporation is actually pretty nice because we're a trinity of ourselves. We're like the Three Musketeers, a trinity, whatever. I mean, Dragon Company, it sounds cool, but it has nothing to do with us or bubblegums. So I'm just gonna go with Trinity Corporation.
Fine. Be lame.
Be
Alright,
nice.
now that we've decided on a name, now what?
As we ended our name game, a giggle scrambled my thoughts. Huh? Who was that?
Ignore it. It's just Lisette.
I looked over my shoulder to see her laughing with her circle of friends, mostly comprised of popular people that were practically friends with everyone in school. And as a result, everyone in the school knew them. In the center of it all was Lisette White. She sat with a posture that indicated she was still working, but that she also was ready to casually chat about her day. She had an endearing balance of charismatic and awkward, which was readily apparent when she first talked to someone. It was easy to make her smile and laugh, and she was quite the comedian as well. Basically, she was perfect. Not that she was like a robot or something, but she was the student that everyone else wanted to be. Lisette was bright, easygoing, and, above all, had her future laid out right in front of her. Unlike the average student, she knew what she wanted to do after high school, and, as a result, she was confident and ambitious, though sometimes it could rub a lot of people the wrong way. Moreover, I had known her ever since I was young, but it had ultimately resulted in a rivalry that continued today. Of course, my friends knew what was between us, and upon seeing me glance at her, they shifted their attention to her.
She doesn't even look like she's working, in my opinion.
She probably is, but she's too much of a stuck-up priss to allow herself to look like she's actually doing work.
Oh, come on, Suzu. She may be a little off-putting, but she's not the giant priss that you're making her seem to be.
The day she isn't a priss is the day I turn into you.
What's that supposed to mean?
Never mind.
It's
Never mind.
about time.
Let's bail.
Unsurprisingly, Suzu was the first out of the classroom, slinging her backpack over her shoulder with ease as she quickly strolled out the door.
Her seat isn't even closest to the exit, and she always manages to be the first one out of the door. I don't think I'll ever understand that.
I do. I really do. Well, if it were me playing, I would probably... Well, it is me playing. So, I'm just gonna say I wish I was as fast as her at getting out of here. Because, truth be told, even though high school was fun with my friends and everything, I hated the classes. It was just not what I was looking for, not what I wanted to learn, not what I wanted to know, and just things got boring real quick. Even though it's good for your, I don't know, basic education, it's not always that interesting. Even though it's good to study and learn from it and everything, it wasn't my thing. Anyway, Naomi folded her arms close to her chest, giving me a disappointed look.
Oh, not you too. She's turning you into a delinquent.
It's a joke, Naomi.
Well, it's not really funny.
Well, I'm sorry.
Man, you guys are slow. Are you coming or what?
We're here.
We heard you the first time. Not everyone has rocket boosters attached to their legs when the bell rings.
Are you kidding me? That class was ridiculously boring. Even Miss Valedictorian here was dozing off a bit.
I do have to admit I was spacing out, and just because I answered one question doesn't mean I'm automatically the valedictorian.
Okay, so it wasn't too interesting. But you should at least pay attention when Phillips is talking about the important parts.
So you finally admit it. We're finally on the same wavelength. Welcome to the club, Patterson.
Please, don't call me by my last name. This isn't the classroom. And never in a million years will we ever see things eye to eye.
Despite this, they both burst out in laughter. Normally anyone would think that opposites like them wouldn't ever associate with each other, but even though they were so different, their friendship somehow made a lot of sense. Maybe they were just perfect complements, or personality just didn't dictate the possibility of their friendship. After all, we three had been best friends since preschool. Wow, that's
All right,
long.
so where are we heading to first? Cafeteria? I think we can all agree that we're really hungry, especially after hearing about our company's line of deliciously spicy bubblegum.
Who would even buy that? I wonder.
I think I would, just to try it out.
Me? I would pay good money to get a taste of it.
I think I'm sort of like Suzu. You do like spicy food after all. I love spicy food. My dad, he bought this spicy sauce and I actually put it over everything. I put it on everything and it's so nice and so spicy and I love it. Although it's not always good for your stomach. But I do love it. I love the taste of it. So anyway, I think I'm sort of like Suzu. And speaking of food, I could really go for some food right now because while I'm recording this, it's actually dinner time and I'm pretty hungry. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna end this video here and I'm gonna continue it if you want me to, because I'm really curious what this game is actually about, because I'm pretty sure it's not just about those 3 girls over there, since there were a lot of guys in the beginning. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna end this episode for now and then continue later on and show you guys what is actually happening, what is actually going on with this game. But for now, I do hope you enjoyed watching. If you did, leave a like, because it's always nice. And hopefully I will see you at the next part of Seduce Me, where you will see my epic, awkward seducing tricks. Bye!